Yes, people, I'm Charlie, and in this video, I'm going to go over 5 key things which help me sustain abs year round. And this isn't your generic genetic freak influencer twat who's had abs since he came out of the womb. I was a chubby young lad. I was insecure. I was fat. So hopefully you take a little bit more from this, because I've been where you may be, or I've been where maybe you've been too. I've felt fat. I felt chubby. I've been pretty overweight. I actually know what it feels like to not feel comfortable in myself. And these 5 things have helped me massively, first of all, overcome that, improve my physique, improve my mental health, but also fucking sustain it, because there's no point achieving a great physique that you're proud of and then fucking it up in 6 weeks. We want to sustain the physiques we build for the rest of our blooming lives. Anyway, spiel over. On to number 1. Number 1 is training. Obvious stuff, and I'm going to brief over this. So I just make sure that I train a minimum 3 times a week, resistance training. Okay, so at the moment, my split is push, pull, legs. If I was trying to build muscle, I'd be training a little bit more, increasing the volume. Right now, I'm trying to maintain muscle mass and just feel good, stay the same, feel strong and athletic. So for me, push, pull, legs works really, really well. You could also use upper, lower, upper, or the other split that I'd probably pick for a 3-day is full body. You could just do full body 3 times a week. Bosh. The reasons for training are obvious. Retain muscle mass, like I said, feel blooming good, obviously feel strong, and minimize the risk of injury when doing other things like running. Talking about running, number 2 is cardio. Now, this is actually really, really important. I used to do 7, 6, 5 days on the incline treadmill when I was cutting and trying to get lean. And don't get me wrong, it worked. But I'm telling you now, the last thing that I want to do for the next 10 years to maintain this physique is walk on an incline treadmill at 15 incline and 5 speed. I think I'd rather walk off a bridge. So for my new and improved cardio routine, which I actually fucking enjoy, I'm running. And you don't have to run if you want to stay lean. Don't watch this video and think, Charlie fucking runs, I need to run. You don't have to run, okay? Do whatever cardio you enjoy, but the most important thing about cardio is, yes, you won't enjoy every session. I don't jump out of bed and go, oh my God, I want to go for a run. But I know how running makes me feel afterwards, and I'll tell you what, if you've been for a run, it makes you feel fucking unbelievable. So in terms of the actual routine, back to the point, I run a minimum of twice a week, usually 3 times. I put the minimum there because I think to have a minimum, like your 3 training sessions, like my 2 runs, it helps accountability. If I just say, I'm going to run, if you just say, oh, I'm going to start running every week, you're never going to do it. Set a minimum, put a number in there, and tick it off every week. Now, the reason cardio is so important in terms of staying lean is obvious. Of course, it's great for your health, but it's obviously great for increasing your expenditure and burning some calories. So the cardio is in there too, burn the calories and make me feel bloody amazing. And also, if I'm honest, the mental health aspect of running and just the importance of it is unbelievable. I feel so much clearer in the head. I feel so much better in every aspect of my life when running's in my routine. So that's why I blooming do it. Number 3 is steps. Steps, obvious stuff, okay? I don't do 20,000 all year round. Don't worry about that, okay? I do 10,000 at a minimum on a 7-day average. What I mean by this is, of course, some days like this, I'm sat in front of a camera like a knobhead all day for ages, filming stuff. So obviously it's going to be a little bit tougher today to get 10,000 steps. However, on the 7-day average, what I'll do is just make sure over the 7 days, I get 10,000 plus. So if today's a little bit lower, I might try and go a little bit higher tomorrow as it's the weekend. So set a step count that you can sustain. Make sure it's at that upper limit of what you can sustain. Say you're in a 9 to 5, it might be 7K, 8K, but try and push it a little bit and sustain that all year round. My key little tip for doing that is just try and do morning, lunchtime, evening. And if you can't do that, do morning and evening. And if you can't do that, you're making fucking excuses. Now, number 3 is my mindset towards food. This has just changed massively over probably the last 12 to 18 months. And it's actually the least strict I've ever been. And it's the longest I've stayed this lean for, which is mad, if you ask me. But I think we'll all agree, when dieting, of course, you have to focus on food, and it will help you get lean, and it will help you 9 times out of 10 get in the best shape of your life. But this food focus can become a negative, and sometimes can actually reverse a little bit of progress. For example, we've all done it. You're so focused on food, your calories are getting lower, and you fuck it at the weekend. And it's just not the best mentality to be in. So the way it works for me is I'm a lot more flexible now. Yes, if I want to dial it in and get leaner for a holiday, of course I'm going to go a lot stricter. But for me, for this video, staying lean year round, I'll be a bit more flexible. The key rules is hit my protein every day, and doesn't mean I track it by the gram. It just means I have 4 meals at a minimum of 45, 50 grams of protein. So I know every day I'm hitting there or thereabouts 200 grams, and that's all good for me. Now, the main thing that's changed for me is in this maintenance phase, I won't necessarily save up for an evening meal. I won't overthink if I think I've gone over a certain amount of calories. Last night was my mum's birthday. Did I have a Peroni with my steak and chips? Fucking yes, I did. Did I have 10? No. You see how this is sustainable? I had one, I had my steak and chips, I had a starter, and I was cushy. Whereas if I was cutting and I'd saved 1,000 calories to go and starved myself, I would have felt horrendous, and I would have probably eaten twice the amount I did last night. So in terms of sustaining your physique year round, I think it's actually important to let loose a little bit, enjoy the finer things in life, have a beer, have some steak, have a pudding when you want one, and then just get back to your normal routine the next day. And that is how I'm maintaining my physique year round right now. Now, number 5 is a weird one. You might not agree. You might agree, but who cares? You're entitled to your opinion. It is not taking a picture after every workout. Now, I think when you're cutting or dieting, you can get so focused on, obviously, the scales, the calories, like I've spoken about, but the pictures. And I actually think this became a negative for me. I would, like I said, go out for a meal, have a banging one, have a few beers, and I'd look a bit fluffier the next day, and it would piss me off and get me down. I mean, you could call it body dysmorphia, and you could also call it an eating disorder. You could, but it's not that extreme. But if you go to the gym, you understand me. You're so focused on your image, you're so focused on that topless selfie, you're so worried about it, that I think it actually holds you back. So for me, not overthinking the topless selfie, and if my chest shaved, if my tits look good, has actually helped me maintain a better physique year round and help me with my body image, to be real. Now, you may think the topless selfie is keeping you accountable, and I used to think, take a topless selfie all the time, and then I think, right, I can't fuck that up, I look good, I'm happy. And I totally get it if you think like this, but for me, I think it created an even more obsession with the gym, with looking good, and with staying really lean. So yeah, I take a picture now and again. I might check in on myself once every week or 10 days, but I don't take a topless selfie every day and check what I look like, because in reality, I look the same as I did fucking last week. So there you go. There are 5 things that help me at the moment stay lean. And don't get me wrong, my opinion might change in 2 years. It might not. But right now, this is working for me. I'm proof in the pudding, sat right here, feeling lean, feeling happy. And I think that's what matters. It's working for me. I thought I'd record it. I thought I'd whack it up. And that's what matters. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.